mad about it winning. I have no idea what an XR game is. I'm gonna be so real. We don't need to talk about Baldur's Gate. It's midnight and I can say whatever I want. Something happened here. What happened here? Every time I think I know it, I'm proven wrong. It rubs me the wrong way a little bit, unfortunately. Hello, friends and gamers. So we have another easy sit-down video today that may or may not be longer than the last one, and was entirely unplanned, quite frankly, but usually these sort of videos are. Belgian Game Awards. No idea this was happening until I got a PR email, thank you, Pirate PR, in my inbox, about the winners. So I decided to look at it, because I see Baldur's Gate and I'm sold, so I would like to go through what they have, because I was scrolling through it a little bit earlier just to see what we were working with. They do have the top 3 for each category, and I'm interested more in the top 3, because if we look at, like, there's a graphic, I think it was a graphic in the PR email I got that had, like, an overview of all the winners, and I think, like, a third of them are Baldur's Gate, which, like, deserve, but yeah. But if Baldur's Gate won that many awards, then that means I have similar taste to the jury that was voting on this. So we're gonna lock in and look at who won, actually. Now there is also, we'll go over this in a second. There is links to these games on the page, but it is like a nominee page that has like probably more info on it. I'm just gonna look them up on Steam. We're just gonna make it this easy for me. But yeah, obviously the Game of the Year and the Audience Award both went to Baldur's Gate. I don't think anyone's surprised. It is 2024, and this did technically come out in 2023, but I'm assuming their window had Baldur's Gate in it. I'm not mad about it winning. I love Baldur's Gate. I just bought Asterion merch. Like, I'm predictable. So yeah, I'm not surprised. We don't need to look this one up. We all know what Baldur's Gate is. Because I have played it on my own, right, off camera, just because I have been enjoying it myself. You know, I bought it. I don't need to do any sort of content for it, so I can just play it. I want to come back to Baldur's Gate. I want to restart and do like an on-camera playthrough, more for the story. I think that's something I want to do at some point, but I am so busy right now. I don't know when we're gonna get to that, but I am planning on coming back and doing Baldur's Gate content at some point. I've more so been enjoying playing it like on my own, but I do like coming on here and nitpicking stories out of a place of love, not critique in a way. Just like, I like yapping about my stories. So like, I do want to come back and do it at some point. XR Game of the Year. I have no idea what an XR game is. I'm gonna be so real. Oh, it's like VR or AR. Okay, this makes a little bit more sense. So I've not heard of any of these games, but I don't play I don't play VR games. I generally don't, because I get motion sick really easily, and I don't have a VR headset, so I just don't play them. So I'm not really even gonna look this one up, quite frankly, because I'm not the target audience here, and that is okay. But gold, so number 1 was a game called Gazzlers, and then number 2 was a game called Breachers, and 3 was BAM. I don't know about these games fully, but I do think we're just gonna skip this one a little bit, because I don't play VR games. But if you do play VR games, I recommend checking these out. I'm especially intrigued by this BAM game because it's very colorful and looks fun. I like pretty colors. So I don't really have a ton to say here, but yeah, VR games. Best applied game. And I actually have played at least one of these, and that is the number 1 winner. Please touch the artwork. Number 2. I have played some of this. It was really fun, but I got stuck. Like, I think half an hour into the game. I was just like, we have to be done. We have to be done. I can't do this right now. I don't have the brain power for this. It's really, really fun though. And actually the fun part about this one is they say it's easily accessible even in the jury comment. It very much is easily accessible. You can play this game on mobile, and I think you can play it on mobile for free. So I do recommend it. It was a really fun time. So if you are looking for, it's like a point and click game. So it's entirely accessible on mobile to play. I have it on Steam. I actually don't know if I ever posted a video about it, but I was fortunate enough to receive a review copy from the developer, and it was really, really fun. I don't think I have my footage, but I would like to maybe circle back around and play a little bit of it on camera, especially because it won. Not today, because this is more of a sit-down video. It's not like a gameplay video, and I do not have it in me to rage right now because I like get stuck on a puzzle. Also, because I've kind of talked about this, I've been dealing with like my chronic illness issues again. So I've taken a lot of like pain meds and stuff the last couple of days, so my brain is mush. Anyways, Please Touch the Artwork is really fun. It's really chill, and I feel like if you're playing it in more of a chill setting and not like for a video like I was, it's really, really good. But it won an award, so obviously it's really, really good. Number 2 is a game called Cadet, which I haven't heard of really at all. Let's just go to the pages for them, why not? What is cadet? Mobile and tablet. I'm assuming applied game is like PC. Not PC, it's like mobile games, because this looks like it's also on mobile then. Cadet games are a series of mini games developed as part of the mathematics method cadet. The 11 mini games became available in September 2023, supporting the entire math learning track for primary school children. That's really cool, actually. I will not play it. I don't plan on playing it for the sole purpose that I am not good at math. Maybe I should play it. Maybe I should, but also I've never heard of the cadet method for math. And so I don't know if you have to know that going into this. But this is really cool that they actually made it. It says, as of today, the games are used daily in Flemish education, both in the classroom and at home. I think that's really cool. I think it's really cool to see games used in like actual learning, because if I had been given like fun games to play, and not like cool math games or whatever the heck the website's called, not that, but like actual games that help with learning like skills in like primary school and all that, I think I honestly would not have such a horrible relationship with math, but math specifically. I don't think I would have such a horrible relationship with math that I do now, because I have a horrible relationship with math. I suck at it so bad. It hurts my brain, and I cried many a time in my K through 12 education over math specifically. There was other things I cried over, but math was a big one of them. And I think that having like alternate ways to learn those sort of things and practice those sort of things is really important. So I love seeing these sort of games specifically. And I think that's it, being on tablets specifically is really good, because like they keep giving kids iPads in school so they can play this. And you know what? I think they should, because also this looks very visually nice as well. Like I've played games that look this good, or honestly this even could be better than some, and especially this looks like it's probably, I'm assuming this is the PC version, but I would assume it also looks just as good on mobile. So this is the reason why I didn't want to go to the page for the game, but this is also the best way to do this, because then I have to wait for the whole thing to load back in. There's a lot of big images on this page. All right, remind me not to open the page specifically. I'm gonna keep opening the pages because I actually think the pages are really good, but we'll do it I'll open them in a different tab. So number 3 was The Man Came Around. I want to see what this is. All right, again, another 2023 release. I don't know what their scoring window, or like their window thing for, what's the word? What's the word? Like for consideration, their consideration window for the nominees was, because at first I thought, oh, it was like fall 2023 to summer 2024 was the window, you know, because that would make sense. But this was released in August of 2023, so maybe it was like August to August. That would make sense. That would make enough sense, because then they close it in August. You get like, they have like 2 months to vote, because it's now October. That would make sense. That would make sense. So this would have been like just after the cutoff sort of thing. But what is this? A survival game filled with thorny moral dilemmas. Okay, this seems interesting enough. Actually, I kind of like the premise. Osita, one of the world's most powerful nations, is shaken by mass protests. As the fight between the many, an activist organization, and the government intensifies, the protesters face brutal repression. I think that this is something I would enjoy, actually. I do think I would like this. It's on Steam. This looks like something I would like, just because I love stories, and this looks like it is probably a really good story, but it's only on PC. So what is an applied game? Is it just like a game you like learn in? Because you could learn about like socio-political strife in this, I guess, because Don't Touch the Artwork actually has like real life art in it, and like a lot of real life like literature references and things like that you actually can learn from. And then the other one was a math game, so I think it's just like something like an educational game, like skills you can apply to the real world in a game. But this looks really good, actually. Hold on, you all can't see it, but I do have my Steam open right now. I'm not gonna show it like I did in the last video. I just want to put this in my wish list really quickly so I can come back to it. This definitely looks like something. Oh, it's actually, there's a game that's similar to games you've played has showed up, which means I would like it. There also is, I just said I wasn't going to show it, but there is a Steam page for the Belgian Game Awards. I'm still just going to use the web page that I have because I think it looks really pretty, but this looks really, really good. And there is an awards page, so some of the games actually might be on sale because there's a Steam page for it. All right, that was applied game. Then we have best narrative. Baldur's Gate 1. Baldur's Gate 3 won, not like number 1. You know what I'm talking about. Again, we don't need to talk about Baldur's Gate. They even say it, the jury says it here themselves. Baldur's Gate 3 is in a league of its own. And you know what that it is? It's kind of like, this is gonna be so niche, but in the book community, you have the website Goodreads, which some people like it, some people don't. I use it out of being the only one that, because there's alternatives, right? And I've tried the alternatives to Goodreads and they suck because they're just not, they don't suck, but like, it's just not, like trying to transfer everything over is really annoying. And I know they have made apps or something to do that, but they're not like widely, it's like the whole thing with like people moving to like Blue Sky from Twitter. It's just not widely enough adopted that it is like gives you the same payout, I guess. Not like a monetary payout, but like the same payout of like what you were going to the social media platform for. And sometimes that works. Like, honestly, I think I've been thinking about making a full switch over to Blue Sky just because I've seen screenshots and it looks much more palatable than Twitter right now. Especially because my Twitter For You tab was broken the other day and was just showing me adult content and gratuitous gore all day. Don't know what happened there. I interacted with nothing that would show me that, but then I mass liked a bunch of Honkai fan art and it fixed it. So, but in the book community, Goodreads has their own book awards thing, right? In the last year have been a lot of people saying they added a specific category just because the singular book that won that category would have eclipsed all the other nominations in the other categories it was nominated in. So they just had to make a separate category for it so it wouldn't overshadow everyone else. It is Fourth Wing, if you're curious, which I have my own beef about that book. But anyways, I feel like a similar thing might be happening here. When you have a game that wins that many awards in a smaller awards thing, you start to think maybe it deserves the rewards it's winning. But also, I do actually think Baldur's Gate deserves the rewards though. That's the thing. Not to say Fourth Wing didn't deserve its awards, but like, I've said a lot of things about Fourth Wing on this channel before if you've been paying attention. I've never said the title though. But now I have, because it's midnight and I can say whatever I want. Anyways, moving on. The second place was The Man Came Around. We just talked about it. Bronze third was Gangs of Sherwood, which I have not heard of. So this game came out in November of last year. And it has a very short description compared to some other games. Fight the armors of the Sheriff of Nottingham and lead the rebellion solo or in co-op with up to 4 players. Play as one of the merry men, combine your attack. Yep, there it is. Okay, I was like, merry men, that's Robin Hood. It is a Robin Hood retelling, I'm assuming. But play as one of the merry men, combine your attacks, and free the people in this futuristic dystopia inspired by the legend of Robin Hood. Okay, so it's like it is most definitely a Robin Hood retelling. They're very clear about that. I feel like I vaguely heard about this when it came out, but I never really got into it. It says up to 4, which usually means you can't play it singularly as well. Hold on, I'm gonna pop it open on Steam. I feel like I did hear about this, but it just never occurred to me of like wanting to play it. Oh, this might be why. This might be why. But also, the description for why it's restricted also is like a stupid one because I'm like, I've seen worse that isn't restricted, guys. This game features fantasy violence, mild blood, and mild language. I've seen worse pop up. I don't get these things popping up when I'm going through my Steam discovery queue and there's like an adult game. That's the only way I'm gonna say it because I don't want to get demonetized. It doesn't pop up for those, so why is it popping up for this? View page. Oh, it's mixed. 40% of the 86 user reviews for the game are positive. What happened here? You know when you get says like it's like a social media thread and it's like closed like on Reddit or something and you're like, oh, something happened here. What happened here? Hold on, I'm not gonna show the bad reviews. I'm not gonna show them, but I do want to look at them. Okay, so it looks like there was an update in January that broke the online co-op function. And so people playing it past that point are not loving it, obviously. It looks like they have not fixed that, and that did happen in January. It also looks like it's quite a short game, which I'm seeing like 4 to 8 hours, right? Depending on which 4 hours is insane, by the way. Also, because there's a dev response, and it seems like they don't know that it's broken since January, but maybe they do. Okay, maybe they do. Oh, the game instantly crashes when you play co-op. That's not good. Yeah, it seems like the lowest time to beat is about a little over 4 hours, but then if you're gonna go for like a completionist run, it's 8. Yeah, I guess because it's best narrative, right? I guess maybe the narrative's really good, but I'm not sure why this won. I'm also not sure why it had the restriction thing come up because that's like baby stuff. It doesn't, like I'm looking at the images and things and it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, actually looks kind of good. But I mean, if you're getting it to play in co-op, which is one of the things they're literally the second user-defined tag on Steam is co-op, multiplayer being the third one, online co-op being fifth. Like, they're selling it as a co-op game, and the co-op has been broken since January. I think I see what, like, something happened here, and it's that. Because also, it came out at the end of November, so it basically came out in December. If the January update following the November release broke it, that's a little bit unfortunate. Anyways, we've barely made it through this list, and I've been here for 20 minutes. Moving on. If it's based on narrative, though, I could see it being pretty good, because dystopian Robin Hood retelling does sound intriguing. I gotta give you that. All right, audio. Baldur's Gate 1 again. I'm not really surprised, because it looks like it's audio. For audio, they're talking not necessarily even about like mastering or mixing, but that also probably plays into it. But it's music, it's the voice acting, it's all of that audio component. And I could say, yeah, I could see why Baldur's Gate won that. I definitely can see that. The voice acting is unmatched, right? So I get that. I totally get that. The voice actors for Baldur's Gate knocked it out of the park, and I can see why it would win. Also, the music is very good, but I just really love the voice acting. I like screamed when Asterian's voice actor won Game Awards for Best Voice Actor last year. I literally screamed, and because I thought that was so deserved, obviously. But that's the thing. They only nominated, I think, one person from Baldur's Gate for the Best Voice Actor at Game Awards last year, and literally the entire cast could have been nominated. So like, I see how it won. I definitely do. But moving on to the other nominees for this category, we have number 2, which was Swarm Survivor, which I don't know anything about, so we're gonna open it. It does sound mildly familiar though. See, July 2023. What was the window? What was the nomination window for this? Every time I think I know it, I'm proven wrong. What is this? You are one of the few survivors of the Swarm's invasion. This is top-down dark shooter. Explore a semi-procedural map to find better weapons and gadgets that will help you survive increasingly powerful waves of monsters and ultimately escape this doomed part of the countryside. Will you manage to tear the boss apart and reach the exit? Okay, actually this seems kind of cool, not gonna lie. Hold on, let's get up Steam again. I can't type tonight, actually. It's $5, and it's actually $5. Y'all seeing this? It is $4.99. All right, I'm intrigued. Top-down roguelite shooter. Yeah, this actually looks quite cool. I'm curious why it's nominated for audio though, because it must just be an atmospheric, right? No, this looks spooky, but also really cool. Mature content description for monsters, gunfires, and death. It's not mature. I'm just like, it's not. I've seen worse. No, this looks fun. I want to give this a shot. I don't really have too much else to say about it until I give it a shot, but I do want to give it a shot. Anyways, all right, so then, did I read this wrong? Or did they mark it wrong? Because they say number 2, silver, is Swarm Survivor, but on here it says Swarm Survivor is bronze, and Versus of Enchantment. I don't know what the actual, maybe they tied, maybe they tied. Let's look up this Versus of Enchantment though. I accidentally clicked on the link instead of the other thing, so we're gonna have a time in a minute when I have to go wait for the thing to load again. So this is a deck building card game set in an 18th century fantasy world. Travel the lands and learn magic in the form of cards from a cast of unique and diverse wizards. Become one of the greats as you weave together spells and poetry into Verses of Enchantment. All right. Oh, I was intrigued for a moment. I was. We're doing this. Note, the generative AI of Verses of Enchantment has been developed exclusively with public domain data. I guess if you're gonna do it that way, fine. I'm also skeptical. Okay, on the Steam widget here, it says all used poetry data is part of the public domain. I still really don't know how I feel about that, because first of all, Gen AI in general is really bad for the environment. It uses a lot of energy, which is not great. So I have mixed feelings on this game, just right off the bat. I feel like I do remember seeing this vaguely now, or something similar to it. I guess if you are gonna use Gen AI, public domain is a little bit more ethical, but also the problem with that is that when you say public domain data, what are the specifics of that data set? Like, are you sure? Are we sure? So yeah, I can't in good faith, I can't like say I'm okay with that. Like this will come up again within the next couple of weeks here, because I actually have a game that I will be reviewing that I okayed the review of before I found out and before the dev announced that they are also going to go the Gen AI route with the game. I still haven't reviewed it for the fact that I can't bring myself to, but I said I would, so now I kind of have to. It's a whole thing. I am not really of the opinion that I don't really support Gen AI in games in general. I don't support Gen AI at all, really, in general. That's just a personal standpoint I've taken. I think it takes so much out of the creative process, and I am a very creative person, so I just love making things. To see Gen AI used in that creation of art, it just rubs me the wrong way a little bit, unfortunately. And to see it like winning an award, like, I know that the devs have put time and effort into this, but to see Gen AI, a game with Gen AI in it, getting that third place spot or second place, not really sure on the specifics there, in something like this, I guess it makes me a little sad. It does, a little bit, but congratulations to the devs of Verses of Enchantment, I guess. We now have to wait for the photos to load on this page again. But yeah, I don't know what it actually won, but I know I still have to wait for these images to load in. All right, I think we're good. Yep. Nope, we're not. We can have to see best visual art. We're getting some repeats now, which will actually speed up the process of this video. So for best visual art, number 1 gold winner was The Man Came Around Again. Every time this game pops up, it makes me more excited to play it because I actually do want to play this. 3, bronze was Please Touch the Artwork. I have played that. We've talked about it. Silver, though, number 2 was Waking Tides. I can't read. So let's see a little bit about this game. Mobile and tablet as well as PC. So that's always really interesting to see. So what do you have to say about this game? Waking Tides takes place on an immersive first-person... it takes players on an immersive first-person adventure where augmented reality adds a unique dimension, blurring the line between reality and fantasy. Okay, that's why it's on mobile. The game features challenging puzzles, allowing players to summon optional hints through the accompanying web AR application. What makes this truly exceptional is that the AR functionality, I'm just reading the whole thing at this point, it's short enough, and I'm actually very intrigued by how they're using AR here. But what makes this truly exceptional is that the AR functionality directly utilizes smartphones' native web AR capabilities, eliminating the need for external app downloads, as Symbiosis is currently unparalleled with the gaming world. I do have to say that. Developed using Unreal Engine, blah, blah, blah. The game's AR models are direct exports from the 3D engine crafted through a proprietary workflow. Impressively, the entire project was developed by just one person with occasional support from temporary freelancers. Okay, I'm intrigued. The images here aren't super crazy though, so I actually don't really even know what to expect of this game, and also how the AR functionality would work if you're playing on Steam per se. So I actually want to look this one up on Steam just to try and get a little bit more info on it. Waking Tides is $8.98. That's so weird. It can't wait. When I searched it, I need to show y'all this really quickly. So when you search it up here, it is $8.98, which I was going to say that's a weird price. But then on the page, it's $9.99. What happened? Where did the original plot of the movie go? All right, I'm curious. Does the AR functionality work on here? This looks really disgusting in parts, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, a small but captivating atmospheric adventure game that thrives on experimentation. Delve into a world where augmented reality extends your gameplay, seamlessly blurring the... Okay, yeah, so they do use AR here. And just so we're all on the same page, AR and AI are not the same thing. AR and VR are not the same thing. AR is augmented reality. AI is artificial intelligence. VR is virtual reality. AR and augmented reality is like something like Pokemon Go. You play it like half in like a phone, half in like the real world per se. Whereas VR is entirely virtual. All right? Okay, so that's entirely different things. And then AI is its own thing entirely. Okay, here it is. They have a small overview on how the AR companion Hint app works. The AR is based on native smartphone. Yeah, I said that already. Okay, cool. No extra app download. But here's the thing. It says no extra app download needed. I guess maybe the AR things are in... The QR codes are in the game, so search for game objects with a QR code. Okay, so that's how that works. Scan the QR code with a smartphone and then cast the AR object in your space to find the clue. If I do the QR code on my phone that they show right there, will it show up? Hold on, I'm curious. No, it's not recognizing the AR. I'm trying to scan the QR code on my phone, on my screen, and it's like a picture of somebody's phone screen of a... That says it's not gonna work. I wanted to just try it out. I think it would have been really helpful if they like put a QR code here you could scan just to see how it works. I'm very intrigued by this though. I actually am gonna put it on my wish list. I want to give it a shot because I would love to play more AR type games, but we've talked about this already. For the past 3 years, I've entirely done VTuber content just because I've been sick. But I have started doing IRL stuff again, so I think this actually might be really fun. This might be a really fun IRL video to do, to play. Because then I can have my phone out and we can figure out, I'll record my phone screen. It's gonna be a pain in the butt of a video to edit, but I think it could be really fun. I want to give this game a shot. I do. This looks really cool, even though it looks a little bit like disgusting in parts. That's the Lovecraftian horror, baby. I'm very intrigued by this, and it was just made by one dude. We love to see it. Indie games are killing it this year. Like what'd I say? Okay, that was best visual art. Then best game design, we have some repeats. Gold was Baldur's Gate again. Silver was Gazlers, which I am not really gonna focus on because I don't play VR games. But bronze was Slapshot Rebound, which looks hockey related. I don't necessarily have beef with hockey, but I was a figure skater for like 10 to 15 years. The last couple of years got weird in there. So I don't really have an exact years, okay? But I've had beef with hockey players in my time. Let's just say that. There has been one too many a time where I have just been sitting minding my business at the skating rink waiting for my mom to pick me up because I was a child, and some famous hockey player stands behind me, and then there's a line I gotta deal with because they want an autograph and a picture. There's a really good chance the back of my head might be in some pictures people have taken over the years with famous hockey players. I'm not even kidding. This has happened like at least twice. Like, it's weird that it happened twice. But Slapshot Rebound is a physics-based multiplayer game where you can play an arcade-style match of hockey. It looks almost like a mix of something like Party Animals and, oh, what is it? The air hockey? Is that what it looks something like that. See, I don't know what any of these things are. No shoot button, no puck glue, no RNG. I know what RNG is, but what's puck glue? Is that a real thing? I am obviously not in the target market for this, but it definitely is somebody's target market. Not mine, though. Not mine. In fact, I would argue I am the exact opposite of the target market for this game. Being a figure skater, there's beef there. It's like a sibling beef though, because like I can make fun of hockey players as a concept, but if somebody else does, that's not gonna fly. We're not doing that. It's like sibling beef. That's the best way I can put it. I don't know if hockey players see it that way, but it's like ice sports solidarity. But we also kind of hate each other. But don't. It depends. Anyways, moving on. We already looked at the other game design award winners. Multiplayer. I don't think I'm gonna fully focus in on this because I don't really play multiplayer games. Breachers won. We talked about that with, it's if Counter-Strike and Rainbow Six had a VR love child, Breachers would be it. So it's a multiplayer VR shooter. I'm gonna remember that because I have a family member who really likes Counter-Strike. So I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna file that one away in my brain, but again, not the target market. We just talked about Slapshot. Number 3 was Kraken Island, which I haven't heard of, but it is multiplayer, so I think we're gonna just scroll past for now because I don't play multiplayer games. And I am not your target market. This is a fun one. I'm really excited to look into this one because I love this sort of thing. They have a category for Student Game of the Year, which I think is a really cool category to have, and I wish more game award functions would have this category because I think it's so cool to like recognize these sort of things. Number 1 was a game called Nibelmer. I don't think that's how you say it, but we're just gonna pretend I said it right. Oh, the release dates are getting funky. This was released in June of this year. June of this year. That's understandable. And they literally list out every single person who worked on it, which I think is so cool. Looks like they have a demo out, and this looks so pretty. Oh my gosh, it looks so nice. All right, the photos aren't loading, so I'm just gonna read. This is a dynamic exploration game set in a mini open world based on movement and the understanding of environmental features. We take on the role of Ikes. I have no idea if that's how you say that. A young boy who, encouraged by Grandma's stories, decides to leave his village to discover the world, where he will uncover the truths behind the villagers' myths. It looks really fun. It looks entirely up my alley. It looks like they have a free demo to play right now. These images are huge, that's why they're not loading. Hold on, we're just gonna open it in Steam. Because I have a bunch of... In my library, I have a bunch of student-made games because a lot of times those student-made games will be just entirely free on Steam to play. So I have a bunch actually in my Steam library, and I have been working on trying to play like when I come across a free game on Steam, I've been putting them in my schedule. I just haven't gotten to them because I have other things prioritized. But I do and would like to play this one. That I'm gonna add the demo to my library right now, and note to self when you go to edit this. Put this in a Steam Next Fest demo dive. It's close enough. I don't need to prioritize it in a Steam Next Fest demo dive, but I have added it to my library, and I will be putting this in a demo dive somewhere. I really want to get into this. I don't think I'll be doing a separate demo dive for the Belgian Game Awards, just because this was like kind of a last minute video I decided to do. But I do want to demo dive this at some point because I do want to play this. I love supporting student games projects. I think that's really, really cool. And this also just looks beautiful. I'm so impressed by the artwork for this game. I could see why this won. This looks insane. I'm excited to play this at some point. This looks really, really good. Even if I can't say the title, it still looks good. Then, what do we have next? So Silver number 2 is a game called Don't Forget. And this was released in December of last year. It is a 3D single player story and exploration game inspired by dementia. I feel like I vaguely brought this up before, but I personally, games with this sort of premise really hit home for me. I've had family members who have essentially lost the battle to dementia, because they say battling the effects here, so I'm just gonna use their same wording. And so any sort of story with that involved, whether it be a game or otherwise, will immediately make me cry. Even talking about it, I'm like, oh, don't cry, don't cry. So this is just immediately, I want to play this. Immediately, I'm putting this on my schedule. It says install game here. So this is one of those student games that is already on Steam. It is entirely free to play, I'm assuming. We're going to look it up real quick. Yep, it is entirely free to play. I'm immediately adding it to my library and will be putting it on my schedule. But something interesting here is psychological horror is one of the, Oh, okay, because I've been trying to play more horror games. I think this is one really like up my alley, because I that's the thing. This sort of premise will immediately make me cry, but also I love consuming this premise. Yeah, this looks really, really good. Psychological horror and emotional. This looks so good. I know I'm going to really enjoy this game, but not gonna put it on my schedule right now because I actually closed my app I use for scheduling because I was having issues when I went to record the last video where my model tracking kept glitching out, so I just closed a bunch of stuff and it fixed it. But one of those things was my Notion that I put my video schedule on. So to me, who was editing this, put this game on the schedule. We have to play this at some point. It might not be until next year, but it's on the schedule, all right? June 4th. Wait, I thought it was December. June 4th. Wait, when did this game come out? What the heck? 2023. Maybe it was an early access. I don't know. I really want to play this though. It looks really, really good. And also the premise is the type of premise that I will cry over. So this looks really, really good. I want to play this really bad. Okay, and number 3, Bronze, was A Postman's Journey. Let's look at that one. So this, I think it was just made by one student, because there's just one kid here. It says this was released in June 2024, but who knows? This, I think, is in German. All right, open it on Steam. You know what? I'm just gonna copy and paste real quick. This game isn't on Steam. Oh, it's on itch. It's on itch. Okay, I don't go on itch enough. I have so many games on itch and I don't go on here enough. There's English. I don't know if this is German or not. Don't quote me on that. So we join Joseph on his journey and experience the value of letters in this narrative-driven experience game. Travel across open fields of the Adrenus landscape, but you must be quick as something is about to happen that will change the world. This is a single-player experience game about the ordinary person during World War II. Okay, I, again, will probably cry then, playing this game. Fun, great, we're crying. All letters in the game are translated from reality. I think that means that they used actual translation and over, like something like Google Translate, which I also appreciate that because I have seen games translating their game with Google Translate recently, or like AI. Going back to the AI thing, I've seen people using Google Translate or AI to translate their game into different languages, which I have thoughts about. No, we gotta play this. It is just on itch, so we gotta play this. I'm gonna leave this tab open and come back to it later because I will just log into my, because I'm not gonna download it immediately right now because I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but I'll add it to my itch to come back to and put it on the schedule, but I have to leave the tab open. Like I said, I need to start using itch more because I have so many games on here already, but we'll come back to you. I just don't want to have to log in right now on camera. I think every single game was at a different stage. Nibelmerge is just a demo. Don't Forget is on Steam for free, but the Postman's Journey was on it. They're just at different stages. All right, we are getting to the end. The most anticipated game. I love this because I heard of none of these and I love trying new games. So number 1 is a game called Laser Dance. I accidentally clicked Take Me to the Winner on the Nibelmer thing again, and I broke it. All All right, I broke it, so we're just gonna leave it. Oh, this is a VR game. So this is a mixed reality game that turns your living room into a laser obstacle course straight from a spy film. Immediately, I'm gonna say no, because here's a fun thing. One of the reasons why I don't play VR anymore, and this actually uses, it looks like, maybe IRL. I don't know how it does that. How does a Meta Quest work? Can you do that with a Meta? Can you do that with that? But the first ever time I played a game on a VR headset, it was, I think, super hot. One of the first ever game. I played, I think it's Beat Saber and Super Hot. Beat Saber, I knocked it out of the park with, obviously. I love rhythm games. However, Super Hot, I was a little bit too close to the wall for and nearly broke my hand. I nearly broke my left hand playing Super Hot in VR. And since then, I have been very hesitant. Like, I don't own a VR headset for that reason in particular. It just so happens that I also get motion sick very easily and know it would make me motion sick. So I'm not like encouraging myself to get a VR headset. They're expensive. And I almost broke my hand using one. And so immediately I gotta say no to this. This is a little bit too close for comfort there. I would injure myself playing this, 200%. All right, the page is loading back in because I broke it, but we're back to most anticipated game. I'm intrigued by the next two. Actually, I think Koira is also on my list. That was number 2. I think this is already on my Steam wishlist, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm almost positive it's already on my wishlist. Yeah, it looks really familiar. This is one of those narrative games without any text, so you can play it no matter what language you speak or like your level of understanding of said language, you can play this game. It is a poetic adventure game, follows the story of a friendship between Koira and a little puppy she meets in a snowy forest. They set out to reach Koira's house and start their adventure together. Along the way, they have fun together and progressively form a strong team, allowing them to cross obstacles, avoid dangers, and save other woodland creatures. Yeah, this, I actually think it's already on my Steam. Yep, there it is, and I just found out there's a demo, so I gotta put it in my library, right? It looks like, because it looks like here they announced the demo at Gamescom and then released it shortly after that in August. So it is available. This will not be in the run of Steam Next Fest demo dives. I'll probably be doing it afterwards, most likely with the demo for Nibelheim. Actually, if I get if I get at least 3 demos, I can make a demo dive for the Belgian Game Awards, which I might do. It'll come out probably after the Steam Next Fest ones, but I might do a specific one from Belgian Game Awards because I'm getting enough. I am getting enough. I have 2 so far. If I get a 3rd one, it can be a demo dive. So yeah, I already was looking forward to this game. So I think this is, I mean, of the top 3, this might be my most anticipated too. But I'm intrigued by that number 3 winner. So let's see what that is. All right, this number 3 winner, Gloomy Eyes the game. I'm so intrigued by this art. I need to know what this is. Coming out in Q1 or Q2 of next year on essentially every platform, it seems like. We might just read all of this. Gloomy is a young zombie boy trapped between the world of the living and the world of the dead. He is a bloodthirsty undead creature and a mischievous young boy trying to find his place in this sunless world. His goal is to sneak through the shadows, avoid the light and the humans who hunt him down as much as possible, and reunite with his soulmate Nena. So Nena is a young human girl. Oh, interesting. She's the niece of the village chief, a ruthless man responsible for the systematic hunting of zombies. This is a really cool premise. Much to her uncle's dismay, Nena feels no hatred towards zombies, quite the opposite. Accompanied by her loyal dog and using her lantern to light her path, Nena is determined to brave the dangers lurking in the shadows to find Gloomy. This looks really cute. Oh, and the art is so nice. Oh, and there's the little, this is so cute. The little fountain of love. No, this is adorable. The art looks so good. Is the zombie model specifically giving a little bit Funko Pop? Yes, but I have no problem with Funko Pops because I like how cursed they are. All right, so I'm fine with it. No, I gotta find this on Steam right now. Okay, so this is already available on Steam. How is it available? Oh, I think looks like they're releasing a not VR version, which is probably why it's Gloomy Eyes the game. Here it is. Okay. This is the normal version, not in VR. I think that actually the VR, because I say this quite a bit about games in VR, right? Is that they have this very dated look about them, and like they look very dated, but not in like a good way. This actually looks insane in VR, and this is one of those things that I would think about getting a VR headset for. This looks really cool. But that being said, especially because I know I'm not the only one who is opposed to VR games, more so because of like motion sickness reasons and stuff like that. This is gonna open up the game to so many more players, and visually it looks stunning. Like this looks really good. Because also VR headsets are expensive. Not everyone can afford a VR headset. No, not everyone has the space for a VR headset. And I think this looks like I said, visually, this is stunning. It looks really good. I really like the art style. I'm really excited to play this. Yeah, adapted from the awarded VR experience, Gloomy Eyes, the game is a game about set in a dark world shaken by the conflict between the living and the dead, telling a peculiar story about love and difference. This looks really good. And I'm really happy they took it and made it like a... not like, I guess not two. They made it a 2D game instead of a 3D VR game. I really like that. I like that a lot. I'm very excited for this. It's entirely something I will enjoy, I think. I hope. It looks so good. All right, we still got things to go. This is, I think, where they get to like the studios specifically. So we actually might be done. Yeah, I think we're done. There's a picture from the thing. Good for them. Y'all put on a good event. Yeah, I guess most anticipated would be what we end with. I think usually they end with Game of the Year, but because they did that first. I was scrolling back up, and for Student Game of the Year for the winner in a Belmar, they said, please finish it and put it on the market. So they just won with their demo. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. No, there was so many good games we found out about today. Some came back, like Baldur's Gate. We found out about so many good games. Yay. This was fun. I'm trying to do more of these like sit down videos because they're really easy for me. And also I get the excuse to just like sit here and yap about games, which is something I really enjoy doing. But this was really cool. This was really cool. If I remember, I will link the Steam page for the Belgian Game Awards, as well as I'll for sure link this awards page down below. But if I remember, I'm going to link the Steam page as well, because that makes it a little bit easier to find all of these games, but not every single game is going to be on there. Like, I do not think Gloomy Eyes was on there, but most of them will be if you're looking for like a conglomeration place where all of these games are. The Steam page is a good place to start. But also, they're all linked on the web page too, so there's that. That is going to be it for this video though. Thank you guys for watching. This was fun. This was fun. We all had fun. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. As always, I hope everyone had or is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world. I said it last time, but there was enough indie games in this video. We also did not get enough games for a demo dive, so I'll just have to throw them in somewhere else. Anyways, go play an indie game. I said it in the last sit down video. We'll just do it again, all right? Go play an indie game. Why not? Or Baldur's Gate. An indie game or Baldur's Gate. Whatever's your fancy. Anyways, bye guys!